I'm going to explain the difference in quality of these museum aquarelle water-soluble colored pencils and the Swiss color also water-soluble aquarelle pencils. I'll be using mixed media cardstock paper and brush pen, which you can fill with water, and a regular pencil and sharpener. Very light, little few amount of supplies that you could easily take with you to the museum to draw, for example, this particular mask. So first I'll be using the Swiss color water-soluble aquarelle pencils to show you how you might want to quickly fill a sketch that you've done at a museum. With what I'm using here are primary, near primary colors. I'm just going to do this half with the Swiss color watercolor pencils. I'm imagining it now. And so first you want to go in with the colored pencils and then do a wash with your brush pen, which you can refill. You can go to the bathroom in any cafe or at the museum. There's always some point of water where you can fill in your brush pen. As you can see, it spreads quite decently across the... Always bring a paper, or you can take a paper from a cafe or the bathroom they usually have, to be able to switch colors. I'm squeezing the brush pen in order to get rid of the pigment and to be able to switch colors. So this right half, finished with the mouth, is done with the Caran water soluble aquarelle pencils that are called Swiss color. Now I'm going to go in with these new brand that they call Museum Aquarelle, which I personally am not a big user of water-soluble pencils. And when I discovered these a few weeks ago, I fell in love because, as you will notice, and as you might have noticed above here, although I have inverted the sides, this is what we're using right now, the second half. You'll notice the difference in intensity. I checked it up online and it's higher amount of pigments in these pencils, which makes for a very satisfying, rich, opaque wash once you use it. I'm using the same brush pen. You see the intensity of the pigments. Here it's quite transparent, translucent. I'm using the same squeezing the water out technique. So here quite opaque, here quite translucent. This red popping out at you almost as if it were an acrylic wash instead of, or an ink wash instead of watercolor wash. So there you have it. And these are great tools to use in a museum. So once again, what I used first, the Swiss color watercolor pencils, and secondly, Museum Aquarelle, which come in regular boxes, landscape assortment, or marine assortment. Thank you for listening.